What's up, guys? Today is December. Fucking hell. Today is January 9th. I'm pretty sure. This is the 9th check-in video of 2025. Just, checking in, talking about what I'm working on, what I'm struggling with, where I'm going. The whole goal with these check-in videos is to just keep it real, talk about my struggles. And look, I'm trying to build $1 million business, trying to become a millionaire. And it's been a hell of a journey. You know, I started doing these videos late 2023, early 24, and then got real sporadic as I was growing the business in 24. But it's really cool for me to be able to look back on that and see like, wow, you know, my life was fucking falling apart in 2023, 24. And now we're just in a different spot. And it's really cool to reflect on that. So one of the things I like to do is go back and just look at everything, right? I like to go back and see, wow, here's where I was at. So early this year, the first of the year, I went back and watched videos from the first of last year. And the change has just been insane. And so I'm trying to get back on these and stay super consistent. We'll see how they go, but I think this is one of the things that will really help me stay on track. So the goal here, I guess that's where we'll start, is what's the goal, right? The goal is I've got a handful, but I need to find balance in my life. And so this is one that has been heavy on me since the end of December going on to now, is really just finding fucking balance and figuring out, like, for the last few years, I've been so focused on building something so I have some sort of financial freedom. It's not even to get rich. I don't really care about that. Like, it's more so buying back my time. I feel like I'm going to die. I mean, we're all going to die, right? I feel like I'm going to die earlier than most people. Don't know when. Not dramatically earlier, but I don't think I'll make it to 100. I feel like I'll die before most people. And I just want to enjoy it, you know? The last thing I want to do is wake up every day and go to a shitty job and be miserable there forever. Like, fortunately, now, the last few months, I've built this to the point. I don't know if the mic is fucking not good. Hello. Ha. Dude, I just spent like fucking $2,000 trying to get all this set up and figured out. And now I'm recording straight into the ATEM Mini. We'll see how it goes, but anyway, it's not even about becoming a millionaire. It's about building something that gives me free time. Like, I've been lucky the last few months, 6 months, that I'm here most of the time. And if I have to go somewhere, it's for the business, and it's like a 2-hour thing, and then I'm back. I can spend time with my dog. I get shit too. People are like, all you do is work, because it's like 10 p.m. and I'm working. And it's like, I guess so, but I do that so that I have the freedom to do whatever I want, right? Like, all I do is work. They say that as they're stuck at their job from like 9 to 5, and I'm out walking, getting coffee, like doing whatever I feel like, because it's like, it's my time, right? It's on my time. I work late, I work early because I want to, because it's like, if I'm not working towards a business, there are very few things that are more fun than trying to grow this freaking business. I'm obsessed with it. It's fun. It's just a game. Like, that's all it is. It's not like I would rather be doing this and working on my little funnels, or working on my pipeline, or writing copy, or running ads, or managing the team. Like, I would rather be doing that than watching Netflix. Fuck Netflix. Fuck video games. Like, I'm obsessed. And so it's like, I get kind of mad when people are like, oh, all you do is work. It's like, yeah, it's because I want to. Like, imagine that. Imagine living a life where you're like excited to work, right? It's like, what a crazy thing. So anyway, the goal right now, okay, rough goal, find balance, because I've been so focused on the business and growing the YouTube channel and everything the last 2 years that I don't have balance. And it's something that I think I would benefit from, and I have benefited from recently as I shift more of my focus into like, okay, let's work on these business goals, but let's also become a better person, right? Let's try not to be a piece of shit. Let's try to have a good relationship, right? Let's try to have all these other fulfilling pieces of life that I've just run away from, that I have no interest in. And let's just try to do that, you know? So it's like, okay, well, now we're working in that area. It's like the business, 500,000 is the goal. That's what I want to do in 2025. I want to have more of a balanced life. I want to be dating somebody that I intend to marry, which is crazy for me. And I think it takes me becoming a different person to find that person. And it stresses me out, but because that's a lot of work. But those are really, I guess, the two big goals there. I want to find, I'm not religious, I'm atheist, but I'm somewhat spiritual. Like, I think there's a lot more to it than us. And the world works in like a freaking weird, perfectly calculated way. But the idea of a person in the sky, like controlling that, sounds silly to me. So I just can't wrap my head around that. But with that being said, I do want to have a North Star, like some kind of guiding post where I'm like, okay, you know, these are the things I believe. Do my actions align with that? And I've never had that. There's a Bad Omen song that says, no God, no religion, just bad decisions, right? And I feel like that's been my life. Like, I don't know, I'm not a terrible person, but I kind of do whatever the fuck I want. And I don't feel like the whole thing is like, yeah, well, I'm gonna die, so it doesn't really matter. Like, there's nothing holding me to a higher standard of, oh, well, I wouldn't do this because I don't want to live in hell for eternity. It's like that's not a thing for me, right? So having some kind of guiding light that helps control those decisions might make me a better person. I don't know. So that's one of the goals. Date somebody I intend to marry by the end of the year. I want to have something like that locked in, and 500,000. And I think those are pretty reasonable goals. I'd be happy if I could net 200K next year. Yeah, anyway, so life is just crazy. So those are the goals. Those are what I'm working on. This week sucks, dude. So there's this girl that I've been talking to, and we've like slowly been building up this friendship over the last few months, and it's awesome. And it's backwards from how things normally go with me. And I'm also very like hyper focus on whatever I want, right? It's like 500K is the goal. I fucking wrote it out. 2 clients a month. I'm already at 1. It's 10 days in. I just need 1 more in the next 20 days to be on track for that goal. 20 discovery calls a month. I've done like 13. It's 10 days in. Like, when I set the goal, when I pick the thing that I want, I obsess over it until it happens. And this is great in business. It's not great in relationships. People tend to think that's a little crazy. And so I'm trying to sort through all that shit. And it's not even, I don't know, I try to be honest with myself. It's like, okay, is this because this is a goal that I really want, or do I really feel this way? And so I'm not sure what it is yet. I don't know. I do like this person a lot, but there's weird circumstances. Like, this person's moving in like a week. And so I'm like, what am I going to do with my life? Is this going to be something that, you know, continues on? Is it going to be a long distance thing? Is it like, what is, but then what does that do for my commitment to these other things? Like, the story I've been telling myself over the last year has been like, no, a relationship is a distraction. Like, there's not somebody out there that can balance my life in a way that can support me where the business actually grows more with that person being in my life. But like today I was talking to this person, and I was like talking about a discovery call, right? And the fucked up business model of the person that I talked to. Like, there's no chance in hell that this business will ever be profitable, or that they could really afford marketing. And so I was like, oh, I'm so happy, like, I can explain this to you and it doesn't go over your head. She's smart. She's giving me good advice. Like, I love that, you know? And so I can break it down. And it's hard to find. And it's hard to find somebody who, like, is kind of driven on their own, but also supportive of you. One of the best compliments that I've ever gotten is, you're limitless. And maybe it's just an ego stroke, but it's like, I've had relationships in the past where it's like, you need to slow down, or like, this is unhealthy. You need to sleep more. You need to do this. And it's like, dude, fuck off. Like, here's how my day works. I wake up, I work on the things that I need to work on. I dedicate time to you. I work on the things that I need to work on. And like we're around each other all the time. Let me do the work, right? Like how can you be not supportive of that? How can you not be like, good job, you're doing amazing, you're awesome, right? Is that too much to ask, just for somebody to be obsessed with me and tell me how good I am at everything I'm trying to do? I don't even want that. But I like, the limitless thing was pretty cool. I was like, thank you, right? Like, thank you. That's the shit that I want to hear. I want to hear that I'm limitless and that everything I'm doing is worth it. And so anyway, big tangent about that is like, I like this thing. I like where it's going. But we got the deadline here at the end of the week, and we don't know what the fuck we're doing. And I'm a control freak, so that's really hard for me. One of the things, I've been going through this Wake Up Warrior program, right? My friend coach is a coach for it. And inside of the app, you can go through and you can do a stack. And the stack is kind of like a journal. But one of the stacks is sad. And so I did a sad stack today. And I was talking about this, right? And so you put it in, you're like, hey, it's like, what thing has you feeling sad? And then you tell it what thing has you feeling sad. And then it kind of breaks it down for you. And it's been, let me find it real quick because I would like to break this down. Okay, here it is. So the life lesson I got from it is that I need to stay calm and be present. The original story I was telling myself is if we don't spend every second together before this person leaves, nothing's going to work out, right? And the desired story is, it's like, okay, well, what's the fact about that? It's like, okay, that's not necessarily true, right? But that's the bullshit that I tell myself to be like hyper-focused on the fucking situation. It's so silly. And then the desired story that I came up with is like, okay, well, this is just a step in the journey. Nothing's actually changing. We still care about each other. And if things are supposed to be like, this is all going to feel out, right? And so it's like, what do you want for you? What do you want for them? What's the action you need to do? And being able to break it down this way has just been like, that was nice, right? Because here I am, stressed out, like sad, worrying about all this other bullshit and I'm ruining the time that I should be present, right? I'm ruining the time that I should be here in the moment by thinking about an outcome that hasn't even happened yet. And I do that a lot. I do that a lot in the business world. I do that a lot in the fitness world, like in all of these other aspects. And so, doing these check-ins and doing this program and all of these things, it's like I'm discovering shit about myself that if I can work through it will make me a lot stronger and a lot better in different areas as I just keep growing and improving. And so that's really what I want for myself, right? Is like, life is always going to suck and it's always going to have shitty times. And there's shitty times that I went through early on in my life. There's shitty times you went through early on in your life. And a lot of times we just kind of move past it and we bury it and we forget about it. And it's been cool to be able to be present and like fucking talk about the shit like that in front of you strangers and just put it out there. Because when I'm putting it out, when I'm saying it, I'm like, this sounds kind of silly. Like, I'm glad my mom's not watching this, right? She'd be judging me. You guys can judge me. It's okay. I don't know you. I don't fucking care. But it's like you put it out there and you're like, does that really make sense? It doesn't make sense. It's just silly. And there's a lot of things I think that I do that don't make sense. And in a perfect world, if we overcome all of those things, then we're putting ourselves in a better position. So that's been fun, working through that. But here's one quote that I saw. God, I got so much to talk about today. It's 2025. I've been listening to these freaking motivation things, right? And the quote is, you know what your problem is? You're smart. Too smart. You overthink because your mind moves at 1,000,000 miles a minute. You're sad because you're not fooled by the world like anyone else. You don't get along with most people because they don't see things the way that you do. You think you're dumb because you're smart enough to know you don't know everything. Your problem is you're too smart, and that's not a problem at all. And now maybe I'm just stroking my own ego and I'm like, yeah, I'm too smart. Like, that's the problem. But I don't think that that's the case. I think that really resonates with me because I've said this a number of times. It's like you see some of the most ignorant people just happy as fuck, right? And they're just too dumb to realize what's going on in their life or in the world, and they're just happy. And I envy them. Like I have thought out every possible outcome to every fucking interaction I've ever had, to the point of like I'm stressing out about outcomes that haven't even happened yet, right? Like I'm 10 sentences ahead of myself. And maybe that's more dumb than smart. I don't know. But it's not a fun thing. Like it is so hard to just turn off and enjoy the moment. Like I'm doing so much better than I was last year, and I'm still just as stressed. Like isn't that crazy? I would have given a lot to be where I'm at right now last year. And here I am, still fucking worrying about stupid shit. I wonder if it ever stops. Like, is there ever a point where you're just like, yeah, well, I'm happy. I don't need all these things. I don't want all these things. Don't know. Don't know. But I think life gets a lot easier when you have those goals in mind and when you're constantly working towards them, right? Like that person I was talking to that has the business model that doesn't make sense. They want to go from, they want to get to 6 figures this year, right? And that's great. Revenue, it's probably doable. They'll have to almost double what they did last year. But profit, that's barely getting them 5 figures in profit. And I'm like thinking, okay, well that doesn't work. But I was like, well, for a lot of people, it's that journey, right? That journey of growing from X to X. That's the fun part. It's not about achieving it. It's that journey. And that's why I'm doing it. That's like all it is for me is this is fun. It feels like a video. Like I said, it doesn't feel like work. And I need to remember that. And I need to just do it and stop. And dude, it's got me kind of fucked up just sitting there and reflecting for a minute about, how far it's come in a year, right? And how almost ungrateful I am, or just ignorant to the fact that, like, you fucking jackass, this is what you wanted. This is what you wanted, and here you are talking about, oh, I'm so tired, and oh, this person stresses me out, and I don't know. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. It's like, there's real like, LA, that just happened, right? And here we are. Here we are sitting in this place doing a YouTube video talking about how I wish it was easier, right? How I wish I was better. Oh, God. Anyway, so those are the goals. There's where I'm at with life. I think that, tomorrow's Friday. I have a couple meetings Friday. Had my first strategy call from the pipeline that I built out, and I think it went well. I don't know if they're gonna become a client, because it's like right in that spot where it almost doesn't make sense for them to, 1, to do it, and 2, to go with me, and I'm okay with that. But everything flowed pretty good. I have another strategy call tomorrow. If they show up, that's awesome. So far we've got 4. Yeah, 50% show up rate on the strategy calls, 25% close rate. We'll see. Tomorrow we're going to check in. Maybe that's 50-50. That would be good. But anyway, we got that. And then I have a pretty important meeting in the morning and then filming with somebody in the evening. So, dude, the calendar has just been packed. And I like that. Otherwise, I get lazy. I was talking to my friend about this a couple days ago. When I had a part-time job and I was trying to grow the YouTube channel, I still got way more done than when I was trying to grow the YouTube channel full-time, because it's easy to fuck off. If my calendar is not packed, I'm sitting here, I'm chilling, I'm hanging out with the dog, like, stuff's getting done, but not at the rate that it could be, right? And when you work for yourself, it makes it really hard, because You can't just go and say, oh yeah, well, I think that yep, I'm good for the day, right? When you have a boss, your boss is like, dude, what are you doing? Like, get this done. What have you been doing this whole time? When you're the boss, you're like, nah, that's good. This is fine. And it's a weird spot to get yourself into. But anyway, this is day number 9. How long? 20 minutes, dude. We're back to 20-minute check-ins. Let me know in the comments how I can make these better. I don't really care about growing this channel. It would be cool. I think it can have a big impact. And dude, if I, like, 5 years from now, I'm doing 10 million a year, 100 million a year, this would be pretty cool to have the journey here documented. But what makes it easier to flow for you guys? Because I can just ramble, right? Like, I'm a world-class rambler. I still haven't figured out a good structure. But anyway, all right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for day 10, January 10th. Hopefully I'm calmed down and grateful. I need to practice gratitude for everything. And I'm grateful for you, random guy that's watching me stress out about life.